So we're talking now about that gymnastic volume piece on Tuesday, the 14th of February. You have two versions there, Elite and RX, and similar to what I talked about yesterday, the Elite version, I would say that if you are a confident sort of semi-final athlete, then this is a type of volume you would probably be able to handle with intensity. If you're an RX athlete, you might be able to handle that volume, but it's whether you can do it with intensity at the same time, which is what we're looking for. So we have the RX version that is going to be more appropriate for most athletes, I think, that are following this program. It's still super high volume. 150 toes to bar in the Elite one and 120 meters and toes to bar in the RX one. The goal is here that you have 10-meter sections on the handstand walk, and they need to be unbroken 10-meter sections. But for the RX, if you have handstand walk as a pretty big weakness, then you can put a checkpoint at the 5-meter mark. If those 10-meter sections are just going to be way too slow, and you would move faster by hitting 5s, then do that, so we get in the intensity, like I said, with this as well. But for the Elite, set up 10-meter sections, 10-meter unbroken sections. Be hard on yourself. The standard is most likely going to be hands fully behind the line when you kick up, hands fully over the line when you finish. So you need to be practicing those. Don't just put plates on the floor where you can't actually see the visible line that you need to go start behind and go over. Get some tape out, don't be lazy, and set it up properly. And then the toes to bar, looking to break those up into probably relatively small sets. So I would say somewhere in the 6 to 10 rep range with relatively small sets, and trying to keep banging out sets there, because if you go too big on this, especially through the 60, that 50 is going to hit way too hard and slow you down. So I would use this workout as a chance to practice much smaller sets with a very small rest, and keep giving your forearms and grip a little bit of a break before you go into the next set of handstand walk, which is a surprisingly grip taxing movement when you have your hand flexed like that the whole time. It's a lot of pressure on the forearms. So try and be mindful of that. Don't just kind of go out all guns blazing, 30 toes to bar to start you off, and then you end up in 2s and 3s going through the 50 and the 40.